to The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. Every week, another step along the path toward a more peaceful, happy life. A life where you grow into the best possible version of yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Now, let's get started down the path for today. And welcome. This is The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth, just like it says on the label. And this is step number 45. Welcome on board. I am your host, Bill Sklodowski, along with my co-host, friend and partner, Vicki Wagoner in Blue Ridge, Georgia. Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. Good morning.
Partner in podcasting, not partner in, people used to.
We're buddies. We've been buddies.
We're buddies.
Oh my gosh, how many years?
Oh my God.
You've got a memory better than mine.
Well, I mean, I'm going to say it's probably around 25 years.
I was thinking the same. Yeah.
Because I remember where we met. We met when you were a guest on the BJ and Bill radio show in Fort Myers, Florida. Of course, BJ Oda, my old partner, and he and I are also doing a podcast, which you can check out, the BJ and Bill podcast. And that would have been, I mean,
yeah.
I'm old enough, and you're old enough. We people of our age are old enough. It's one of those life memories of where you were and what you were doing on the morning of 9/11, 2001.
Yeah. My gosh.
I know, right?
It still is a mind blower.
It is.
Oof.
And as weird as that is, it's those things like that anchor you. I think that's a good word. That kind of anchor your memory to go, okay, where was I? What was I doing? What else was I doing around that time? And of course, around that time, BJ and Bill, the radio show on an oldies radio station in Fort Myers, Florida. And you had been a guest on that show at some point.
Yep.
Either slightly before or after, probably before that time.
I think before, yeah.
And if that was 2001 and this is, 2025, do the math. It's pretty simple math. It's 25 years. So, good God.
I know, but
you don't look any different. You look just as good.
Thank you. Thank you. The mirror tells me different, but I'll take your
Take the compliment.
Take the compliment, yes.
I just have to tell my friends that someday. And that's a good lesson, by the way. Here we are with personal and spiritual development kind of advice, lessons, whatever. And so we've tripped over one of them. Here's a good place to start. When somebody offers you a compliment, take it.
Yes.
Oh, take it.
Yes, I do.
I know. But so many people, and I'm one of them. Now that I hear myself saying that, I recognize in myself that somebody will say something nice or complimentary to me or whatever. That's okay. That's no big deal. Whatever. And I'm like,
it is.
It kind of is.
It is. You're being recognized. You're being celebrated. You're being honored. And the best way to say is thank you.
Simple. A simple thank you. That's all there is to it.
That's it.
And we've talked about it. I don't know if we've talked about it on the show, but I know it's been a subject you and I have talked about and others in the personal growth, personal development space. When somebody offers you something, a gift like that, literally.
It is.
It can be a physical thing, a real gift, or just, I shouldn't say just a compliment or a whatever.
Acknowledgement, recognition.
Acknowledgement, right.
Yeah.
If you turn that down, you are denying the giver the opportunity to enjoy the giving as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And I remember that because and I think I might have mentioned this when I had my eye surgery. I had to have one of my pickleball friends drive me home because you can't, obviously your eye is, you patch, you can't drive yourself home, and they won't let you take an Uber or a Lyft. It has to be someone some quote unquote trustworthy adult.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, one of the ladies from pickleball drove me home. That was fine. And I wanted to do something nice, so I bought a thank you card and a little gift card for for Publix, the local grocery chain, and I wanted to give it to her, and she refused to take it. Aww. And I'm like, okay, I get it, but now you've refused me the opportunity to thank you. And that
Yes.
felt a little weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so important to acknowledge the other person. If they want to do something, it's because they care, they like you, they feel good that they've done something good, So say thank you.
Right.
It's as simple as that. You don't have to go into any big explanation. A simple thank you says volumes.
I think so. Okay, so there we go. That's our first lesson of the day. Thank you,
Yes.
folks.
Say
Okay,
thank you.
say thank you. Well, say thank you rather than trying to put off good stuff coming your way.
Yes.
And if we really got deep into the weeds with the law of attraction and all of that,
Right?
which, has had its moment and may or may not be still important, I think it is.
It
Um,
is.
you might be telling the universe, I'm not interested in receiving good stuff in my life.
Right. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve it. You do
Right,
deserve it. You've done something wonderful. It's your time, it's your energy, it's, a way of, being just a good person.
right.
So, yeah.
Say yes. Say thank you. Say yes. Whatever. It's all good. In fact, coming up later in the show, I follow Mel Robbins, a lady who is a wonderful teacher and writer on all of these kind of personal development things. And
Okay.
later in the show, we she had a good Instagram post this week. 6 lessons I learned from trying something that scared me. So
Oh,
so maybe you want to try saying thank you when somebody, I don't know if that's scary or not. It might be for some people.
it could be for some people. Yeah. And again, like I always say, it goes back to childhood,
Right.
maybe she feels, I'm not saying that she does, but perhaps she feels that she's, doing something and, doesn't feel like she needs, an acknowledgement, but everybody does.
Right.
Everybody deserves to be seen, to be heard, to be respected.
I agree. I agree. So anyway, that's the show for the week. Anything in particular that any life lessons, any news, anything interesting? I know you're celebrating today because Vicki was supposed to have jury duty today, but got out of it. Not she didn't get out of it. They didn't call her. They didn't
They didn't,
need you.
yes, didn't need me today, thank goodness. 72 years old. I lived in three different places. And I've never had jury duty. And then all of a sudden, at this age, to get jury duty, I'm like, what? And Rick is a bailiff.
That's her husband. Yep, he's a bailiff. Yeah,
He was a banker. He's a social worker. Now he's a bailiff.
right. And this is a man who can't sit still, so he has to have something to do.
So I said, oh my gosh. I said, well, I called in and it was canceled for the week.
Right.
And I said, oh, I guess I have to call in again Monday morning. He goes, no, this is it. You're not called. And I'm like, oh, praise Jesus. Hallelujah.
So Vicky's having a thankful day today. She
Yes,
didn't.
I'm having a thankful day. I'm going to do a happy dance.
Hey, it's Bill stepping out of the studio for a quick second. On the podcast, one of the things we talk about a lot is motivation, the desire to get things done in life. It might be physical stuff, losing a few pounds, getting a better job, finding a great relationship. Or it might be more of what I like to call internal things, finding ways to feel better about yourself or life in general. Well, to help our listeners along that particular path, we've prepared a helpful, simple guide for personal motivation. It's called Flipping the Switch: How to Create Motivation at a Moment's Notice. I'd like to send you a free copy, along with some other special bonus goodies. Bonus, you say? Well, yes, kind of an unadvertised in-store special. What is it? Well, you'll just have to find out for yourself. So, do this. Head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com. Yep, the same name as the podcast itself. Put in your email and we'll immediately send you to the free download. We'll also let you know about upcoming podcast episodes and other behind-the-scenes information. Again, just head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com, and get your free guide to boosting your personal motivation. I'm sure you'll find it helpful and, dare I say, practical. Now, back to the show.
I was called when I lived down in Sarasota, Florida. I was called twice and never, sir. I mean, I did go in on both days,
Okay.
but never was selected to a jury.
Oh,
Um, and then when you and I lived in Southwest Florida, Fort Myers and
yeah.
Naples and all that many, many, many years ago. And again, this goes back to my days in the radio business. I was called for jury duty in Lee
Oh,
County, Florida, which is Fort Myers.
right.
Actually got as far as the jury box. And then, of course, if you've ever done it, you know that they kind of not interview, but they question people. They ask people questions about, do you know the defendant? Do you know whatever, whatever?
Yeah.
And I, at the time, was working in the radio business as a reporter, and a writer and a reporter and all that. And I'm like, do you know this? Do you know? I said, well, Judge, I said, honestly, I said, I know the officer, I know the cop because I've interviewed him. I know this person because I've interviewed them. And I'm pretty sure I've interviewed you, Your Honor, at some point along the way. So I was rather easily and quickly dismissed from jury duty that day. So
Yes.
that was my story. That was my interesting story for that. But again, it's all right if you have to do your civic duty or whatever they call that these days. All right,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's funny. So whatever your civic duty is for the day, feel free to do that. We were talking before we started the show about my ongoing frustration. I know I'm learning my lesson for the week continues to be patience. And
Yeah.
I'm failing it badly, counselor.
No.
I,
No.
I play my pickleball twice a week and I love it. It's what gets me out of the house and gets me a little bit of exercise and I love it and I love it. We have a great group and we have big fun. And I had my eye surgery 2 months ago. Yeah, 2 months ago. And I'm in the recovery stage and I'm at the point where literally they are just monitoring it. I have a monthly appointment where I go in, they shine that super bright light in your eye,
Yeah.
look around on the back of your eyeball and say, oh, yeah, you're fine. Come back in a month.
Yeah.
But the way the procedure, and of course, it was news to me, but anybody who's had it might know that they put some goo in your eye to help it heal.
Yeah.
And what that goo does is it totally screws up the vision in that eye. So the eye is healing, thank you, but the
Yeah.
vision is ridiculous. I mean, if I'm squinting into the camera with my one
Yeah.
bad eye, it's like I cannot read any text on the computer screen in front of me, no matter how big it is. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
And because of that, my brain is trying to make things work. And because
Sure.
of that, my depth perception
Mm,
is pretty bad. I,
yeah.
I don't I don't drive it. I try not to drive at night. I try,
Oh, no.
all of
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah. Good.
But in pickleball, shots that I would have made easily, I
Hmm.
just totally whiff like a baseball batter, swing and a miss. And I'll yell at myself once or twice.
Mm.
And I realize that this is my lesson to learn about patience.
How do you spell it?
I don't know.
Because I don't know how to
Don't
use it.
know. Pisseddoff.
Yes.
How
I
you
think
spell
that's how you
patience?
spell it.
So my friend and my buddy Vicki Wagoner has been counseling me to have some more patience, even though it
Oh.
sucks.
You're out there. You're
I
making
am.
effort. You're among your friends. You're still
Yes.
engaging and having a good time. And
Yes.
instead of just sitting home and, excuse me, but pissing and moaning that you got a bad eye, where you've done something about it.
Thank you.
A lot of people don't do that. So
I,
I commend you for taking action.
I'm going to take that. I'm going to accept your compliment and your credit, and I'm going to say thank you, and I'm going
Yeah.
to attempt to move along.
You're out there, you're doing it, you're among your friends, you're
Right.
persevering, and that's
Right.
what's most important. I know it's got to be frustrating, and it's okay to be frustrated, yet look at all the good that you're doing to still get out there.
Thank you. I accept
Good. You're
begrudging.
I know you're begrudgingly doing it. because I'm the same way, like with my shoulder surgery, I get frustrated with my arm, I
Right.
go to lift something and it falls out of my hand or I can't pick it up and I do the same thing. It's like, oh, you know what the word is.
Yes.
Uh, and then I go,
Not a
okay,
good one.
not a good one, but and I go, okay, just relax. Use your other hand if you need to,
Right.
to kind of coaching myself through. And that's what you're doing.
Yes.
Doing the same thing. So be proud that you are out there. How many people wouldn't even attempt to be out there? They go, well,
Right.
I got a bad eye, so I'm just going
Right.
to here.
Right.
You're like,
I don't know the answer to that, so I'll take it. I'll take it.
"Good. You're welcome."
It is it's interesting. I mean, I'm obviously not a professional athlete or whatever, but I'm having a moment where I recognize that when you think of guys that are like, this is how they make their living, this is how they earn their money, this is whatever. If you're like a baseball pitcher and they have the same surgery that you just had,
Oh, yeah.
to repair something, a shoulder, an arm, or whatever, or a
Right.
football player who's out with an injury, or even a basketball player or whatever.
Right.
This is all they've ever known is playing their sport and being good at it. And
Yes.
so I'm not going to say I'm in that league, but I recognize now the frustration because it's really, and I told you before we started, I came home last night so doggone frustrated. I like sat down on the couch and in my moment of frustration and enjoying my Chinese takeout after pickleball, I thought to myself, I'll just take a couple of months off, damn it. And then reality sinks in and it's like, no, I don't want to be a couch potato for
No.
6 weeks or however long it takes me to. It's going to be longer than that. But anyway, whatever. All right, I've had my moment to rant. I feel a little better now.
Good.
Thank
And
you.
and sometimes you have to do that. You just got to rant or,
I know.
take a bat and, hit the pillows or something, get it out. You got to get it out. And a lot of people don't do that. So
Right.
it's good that you feel strong enough and safe enough to express yourself
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
and, look at it from that different perspective of it's good.
My tip of the day, I get a little newsletter of, tips and tricks and
Uh-huh.
healthy stuff and all that. And the tip of the day at the very top of the newsletter was just go outside or even from the indoors, stare at something green, grass, trees, whatever. Stare at something green. There is
Yeah.
something in your brain that responds to that, brings the pressure down,
Oh, that's interesting.
stare at something green. You live among all the greenery, so
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You're good. And I'm from my back porch, I have a view of the trees and the woods and all that.
Yes.
So I might just do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So who knows? Maybe I'll stare at some green today and see if it helps.
And did it occur to you how timely that is? That last night you were frustrated, but today it's saying, look at something green and that's being supportive.
That's it. Yes. And reduces
Oh,
stress and pressure and
yeah,
all that stuff. I
yeah.
know. I
And,
know.
and I'm going to go back to you took action on helping yourself by
Oh,
realizing that you had a problem and you took action on it. And that's what's really important.
I accept. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. Now I don't have to write a letter to you going, what the heck's going on? Or do you
Right.
want me to come down and kick your butt? One of the,
Well, there's always that. Yeah, there's always that. So I hear you. That's fine. No, that's good. That's good. Yeah. We've killed enough, not killed. We've had enough time with that. So that's fine. Yeah, that's good. I don't want to bum people out. No, we're not bumming people out. We're just
what
sharing here. So it's
change?
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I, um, I one of the things that I've been following, one of the guys that I've been following, a podcaster, Tom Bilyeu. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. Billyeu. Tom Bilyeu.
Oh,
A
okay.
young man, super smart. Interviews a lot of big name people, and has he does kind of personal development stuff. He does, but he all kinds of things. But
Yeah.
he does have what he calls his belief system of
Oh,
25 core principles, 25 core. And I don't want to
oh,
do them all, but I want to mention just a couple of them because a few of them do relate to what I've been talking about here and what we've been
right,
talking about.
right.
Um, And as he says, these principles are designed to guide personal development and your mindset as well. So maybe today, if you're having a frustrating moment, etc., a few things to think about. And number one on his list of 25 values, which I love, human potential is nearly limitless. Nearly,
Hmm.
you can, whatever. You can do it
Right.
all. Personal growth is the highest priority. You can acquire new skills in any area at any time. I love
Oh,
that. I
oh
love
yeah,
that. All
absolutely.
right. And number four, belief in yourself is paramount, of course.
Hmm. Yep.
And you can do anything you set your mind to without limitation. Now, some of these, I mean, that's a half a dozen of them there, but
Hmm.
it's just to me, I think, and the reason I brought some of this up is because of I was feeling that limitation of
Hmm.
myself, and I saw this and was reminded of the fact that you can do anything you put your mind to. You can grow, learn, all of that sort of a thing. So yeah, it's important. It's just
It is.
not to get stuck in the same old stuff
Yes.
that you may have been stuck in. And I think I've seen that in myself with this feeling of frustration and all of that. And I kind of wanted to tell the whole story there so I can work my way through it and help maybe somebody else who might also be doing that, because I know that we all have our
Yeah.
issues with that. But yeah, it's
Right.
just, I think the important thing to remember is, you're never stuck with where you're at.
No.
Never stuck.
Yeah. There's always some way to find a way out, to improve it, to, you know, put it into perspective.
Right. And we didn't mention that, and I don't know if that's one of his 25 or whatever, but your willingness to try something new,
Yes.
to learn from your failures, for lack of a better, and that's one of the other, as I look down the list of his 25, failure is the most important and information rich information you can get. I mean, you don't, you learn more by failing than you do by winning at pretty much anything in life.
Uh-huh.
Um, you really do. And I, I I've seen that in so many things that it's like you try something and it doesn't work. Well, that makes you try it a different way, a different way, a different way, a different way. And you keep branching out until you find
Yeah.
something that works. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know where I'm going with all this, so feel free to hop in, but it's just that I want to think in terms of, okay, I'm here now with this thing, with this limitation or whatever, but it's not permanent. I can learn from it. I can grow from it. I can try different things. Maybe this helps me to branch out into something new or different or whatever.
Right. And by what you're doing, how are you inspiring other people to feel the same way?
Oh,
And by sharing it,
right.
people go, oh, well, I'm not the only one that has this problem. And then you look at it like, well, what are you doing to change it? Maybe I'd like to try that too.
Well, I would like to
So,
think that that's one of the guiding purposes behind this whole podcast of,
yes.
as Vicki and Bill share what they know and what they've tried and what has worked and what hasn't worked,
Yeah.
maybe our other friends and listeners will also go, "Oh, I tried something and it didn't work either." And
Right. Yeah.
rather than, like Bill said, rather than become a couch potato for the rest of your days, you want to try something different.
Yep.
And I think that's so maybe that's the subtitle of this week's episode is, what the hell, try something different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, what the heck? You know what? Give it a try. Does it work? Great. If not, okay. What did you learn from it? How can you change it? Move it forward.
right. Right. I really think that's important. I do. Um, Coming up, I think we'll take a quick break, but I do want to get in a plug for Miss Vicki here in a minute and remind folks that we're going to be talking about a cool post I found from a lady who does this kind of work at scale. And I mean, she talks to stadiums and stuff like that. Mel
Oh,
Robbins.
wow.
And 6 lessons I learned from trying something that scares me.
Yeah. Mhm.
And so we
Absolutely.
will do that in a moment. But first, I know that I wanted to make mention of the fact that Miss Vicky does this kind of thing for everybody, not just me. She doesn't just help me through my tough times. You help a lot of people with that. And if someone were interested in getting in touch with you, how might they do that?
Well, they can call or text 239-248-0586 or email me at Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner, 53 @gmail.com.
There you go. And of course, you can get in touch. Well, you can't get in touch with me, but you can watch all my videos on YouTube.
Yes.
Actually, you could get in touch if you left a comment on one of them or sent me a message. Just go over to YouTube and take a look for Bill's iPhone Tips. If you did the hashtag thing, you'll find my videos and all of that. And I don't know about you, but this week I'm getting even more text messages from various places that say I owe them money. So
Oh,
I know
uh,
it's
just
getting
delete it.
crazier.
Yep.
And so yours truly, let me offer you one bit of tech support wisdom, and
Yes.
that is nobody, unless you have an actual bill or account with somebody, don't believe any of that stuff. None of
Yes.
it. Don't believe any of it. And by God, never, ever, ever call a number where it's like, oh, if this is a problem, get in touch with us, because that's
No.
going to be a scam.
And I
Guaranteed.
also heard that unsubscribing, they can somehow get into your account. So they say just delete.
I
You're the computer guy.
a long time ago, when I was teaching this more on a full-time basis,
Hmm.
I the thinking was not, like you said, not to unsubscribe,
Hmm.
um, especially, and this is getting into the weeds a little bit, but I will mention it, that
Yeah.
if you click an unsubscribe button on an email and it takes you to a page that says, what email do you want to unsubscribe? And then it makes you type in an email.
Oh,
You probably don't want to do that. Now, they're not
okay.
going to, that's not, uh, uh, I don't, well, see, I'm not up on it anymore. I was going to say, I don't know that that's hackable or anything like that,
Mm.
but I will say that that tells the people on the other end, oh, here's a good email address.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Because
Yeah.
maybe they just send out a million emails
Hmm.
to all the possible combinations they can think of,
Yeah.
and you get one of them. And then if you unsubscribe and tell them your actual email address, so yeah.
Oh,
Now
okay.
in Gmail, in Apple Mail, whatever mail system you use,
Hmm.
there's usually either a button that says junk or spam. And if
Okay.
you click on that, it will do a better job of
Oh, okay.
reporting that this is unwanted and blocking it. So you probably won't get from them anymore. Now, of course, the scammers out there are, wise to that, and they just send, again, they have, you're getting emails from a million different.
Uh,
It seems like on my phone, I have an iPhone, I know you do too,
mhm.
that if you can swipe on your, again, this is with text messages. I can
Okay.
swipe on my text message to where it says delete, and then one of the options is delete and report as junk, and
Yes,
you
I
can
do
do that
that.
too. So
Uh,
that's, again, you're not, boy, we're doing a whole tech support thing here. Look at this.
well,
I'm
that's
just
good because you're good at it.
thank you. I'm just getting the word out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that it's out there and it's crazy, and it's like,
Oh, Jerry.
I was gonna go take a quick look at my inbox and see if there's anything, because I thought I saw another weird one the other day, and I'm like, wait, what?
I
And
know.
it just, trust me, folks, that most of this stuff that you get, when it anytime anything is asking for money,
Oh, yeah.
that's your first big giant sized red flag.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even if, so here's the point, here's another important point, and I've made this for years, that even if you get an email that appears to be from your bank, from your stockbroker, from your whatever,
Right.
and it's what I call the dog ate my homework excuse.
Oh,
It's like,
okay.
oh, we've lost your account, go to this web page and sign yourself in. No, no, no. When in doubt, pick up the phone and speak to a human, a real
Yes.
human.
Yeah. I've had that and I did that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
because that's also there's so many different scams out there. It's just crazy. All right, we're getting into the weeds with computer support. And
But
I've
it's
used
important.
it's important. It is important. It's not believe me, it won't help your personal development, but it will certainly damage your personal development if you lose some money to a scam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So be careful with that, folks. It's just a lot of craziness out there, and we don't have to tell you that. It's just weird. So careful. Be careful out there. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, Mel Robbins and 6 lessons I learned from trying something that scared me. We will be right
Yeah.
back. And welcome back. Step number 45 along the practical path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth with yours truly, Bill Sklodowski, and my spiritual buddy, Vicki Wagoner. We're buddy. I love that. That's kind of
We
interesting.
are buddies.
Whatever. It's just,
Yeah.
you can't, there's so many interesting ways to express male female relationships nowadays. I like the kids say, it's complicated.
It's complicated.
I don't even know. I actually said that somewhere. I introduced a female friend and they said, white partner or whatever. And I just said, it's complicated. And later the lady said, don't say it's complicated. That means something. And I'm like, really? What do I know? I'm just an old guy. I don't know. So
I
anyway,
just, we've just been buddies
we've
for
just been buddies for 25 years. We were talking about that earlier. It's
years.
crazy.
Yeah. And
Crazy.
you're good buddies with Rick,
Of course. We're not making excuses here. There's we don't have to sort anything out. Although I do remember now. See, now you've sparked the Wayback Machine. When Bill and Vicki were doing we did this psychic cruise thing in Naples, where we go out for the day on a cruise ship on one of the little tour boats, and we have our psychic friends do readings and healings and stuff. And one of the people actually said, "Oh, I was talking to your wife, Vicki," and I'm like, "Yeah, no. Shit, that's not it at all." So anyway, there you go. All right, we're back. If you don't know who Mel Robbins is, she has one of the great videos in the personal development space on YouTube that's ever been done. And if you've ever heard of a thing called TED Talks, it's where they get smart people, experts in front of crowds, and they just give a little presentation about whatever it is they know a lot about.
Right. Yeah.
And TED is technology, education, and design. I don't remember. It stands for something. But it's kind of a cool thing. Anyway, literally, and I'm going to look it up. There we go. Mel Robbins, and it is now, the video is now 14 years old and has 33 million views. And it's called, go to YouTube. This is your homework. Go to YouTube. Do a search for Mel Robbins, MEL1L Robbins. And the name of the video is, and I quote, "How to Stop Screwing Yourself." And it is both hilarious and powerful. And she
Oh my gosh.
covers a lot of the ground that we talk about on this show, and she has continued to do so. She's an author and a speaker and whatever. And I follow her on Instagram, so she doesn't follow me back, doggone it. But that's okay. And she says, I went on my first ever tour, a sold-out live theater tour, complete with lighting, comedy skits, and more pressure than I've ever felt. I wasn't ready, but I did it anyway. Through the nerves, the chaos, the self-doubt, I walked away with 6 life-changing lessons that I hope inspire you to finally doing the thing you've been avoiding. If fear, overthinking, this is Bill with his hand up, if overthinking or perfectionism, kind of there too, there you go, have kept you stuck, this little piece of it, and by the way, if you're interested in more, she has her own podcast, The Mel Robbins Podcast. I'm going to invite you to go check it out because it's awesome. Tell her we said hi. We'll show you what you've been waiting. But anyway, she broke it down into 6 lessons. So here you go. 6 lessons I learned from trying something that scared me. And the thing that scared her was this live tour, going out and speaking to live audiences in big crowds and theaters and all that.
Yeah.
Number 1, show up bigger. Show up bigger. Pushing yourself out of your comfort zone is the only way you're going to grow. There is joy in challenging yourself to go bigger, in trying something new, in proving to yourself that you can do the thing that scares you. I love that.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
she's already talking my language because I've been putting something off that's bigger that I have not done. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. It's going to challenge you. Yeah.
Ever done anything bigger? Well, I know you have, but anything you'd like to share that you've needed to show up bigger than you were?
Probably when I first got into doing this, it was scary because I'm like, well, who am I to be advising other people? Yet I found that because of my past, it was one of my greatest gifts. And I was, very authentic. I was very open. I shared, and it was amazing to me that I could, help other people
Mm-hmm.
because that was my belief of, who am I? Am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Am I enough? Blah, blah, blah. And it just amazed me how many people, started showing up,
Right.
20 years ago when I started this. So, but yeah, it was big for me to go rent an office, pay for it and go, am I going to have anybody?
Right.
And it's something that I just absolutely loved. And, I did for a long time, and would love to do it again if I could find an office in town.
We're
But,
working on manifesting an office for you. Yes.
right. So that to me was probably, one of my biggest challenges and fears. It was to go, am I enough?
I think I want to tell our friends and listeners that it doesn't have to be about it doesn't have to be about business. I mean, you and
Oh,
I are both talking in terms of business things that we do for ourselves or whatever, but it doesn't have to be that way. It can be in any part of life
oh yeah.
that you are either now engaged with or you're thinking about it. Maybe because
Mhm.
there's a lot. I could try this, but
Right.
maybe not.
Just got to go for it.
It's funny because again, all of my life lessons come from pickleball. Not really, but it sounds good. I was talking to a brand new lady showed up at pickleball last night, somebody that hasn't played
Oh,
with us before. And one of the ladies who does play with us knew this lady. And
oh,
so I asked her, I said, well, how did you know her? She just showed up here. And she goes, oh, no, we're in the same book club together. And I'm like, oh, okay.
oh,
Book club. I said, that's cool. She goes, yeah, if you get out and about, you meet more people. And I'm like, okay, because yeah, I play pickleball and it's the same people every week. But yeah, so getting out, I get it. Okay, cool. That would be bigger. That would be
that is
pushing
bigger.
yourself out of a comfort zone is the only way to
Right.
go.
Yep.
Book club, sewing club, any local club that you're
Anything.
thinking of
Yep.
joining, what the hell? Go do it.
Try it. If
Try
you
it.
like it, do it again. If
And
you don't, congratulate yourself that, well, at least I tried it.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So again, the joy, it comes from challenging yourself to, and I'm going to skip the bigger part. Somebody might go, bigger. What the hell does that mean? Challenging yourself to try something new,
Hmm.
proving to yourself you can do different things.
Yes.
She uses the term scares you. I get that, but I
Yeah.
mean, chances of you being eaten by a lion going to the local book club, probably not great. So is it scary? It might, but I mean, for someone who's not usually outgoing or involved with community, things like that, it might
Yeah.
scare you. It might. I get it.
Could
Try it
be.
anyway. All right.
Yep.
Number 1, show up bigger. Number 2, make it fun.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. Always. I'm
I
the
I
biggest.
know, right? To you and me, to Vicki and Bill, that sounds that sounds like almost like a given.
Oh, yeah.
Because we both I'm of the mindset that is, if it's not fun, I'm not doing it.
Oh, yeah. No,
Now
I've
I
that
recognize,
one.
okay,
Yeah.
eye surgery, not really fun, but I had to do. I get it. There are some things in life, like going to the dentist, that you just
Yeah.
have to do. I get it.
Oh,
All right, but lots more is optional, shall we say? I don't have to go play pickleball, but I do it because it's fun.
yes.
And you go for a walk in the woods or whatever. You don't have to, but you do it because it's fun or
Fun.
interesting or
Yeah.
calming,
Yeah.
whatever you
Oh,
choose to call it.
yeah. Absolutely. I love being in the woods. It's like a balm to my soul.
Right.
It calms me down and you can open up your mind and just let things go.
When you're trying something new, this is under the make it fun heading. When you're
Okay.
trying something new, it's easy to get caught up in the fear and the self-doubt. But what
Mhm.
if instead you leaned into making it fun, to loosening up a little? That new thing that you're trying typically is not as serious as brain surgery, so it's okay to have fun and laugh. Somewhere there's a brain surgeon going, but I enjoy it. It's
Yeah.
fun for
I get
me. I
I get paid well.
get paid. Yeah, really. So again, make it fun because
Yes.
it's hard. I'm not going to say hard. It's damn near impossible for something to be fun and scary at the same time. Now, what is that? How does that work in terms of a roller coaster? Because that would scare the hell out of me. And it might be fun, but I'm too scared to find out. Well, maybe I need to try a roller coaster. Maybe I need to
Right?
force myself to try force
Yeah.
myself. What would the Vicki Wagner term be instead of force myself?
How about challenge or encourage or
Very
my
good.
favorite is what the heck? See what happens.
Really? That's your
I go, what the heck? If I die, I'm not going to know anyway. So
yeah,
what
all right. That's your PhD level answer. What the heck?
I do, I tell people, I said, what the heck? Try it. What's the worst that can happen? You don't like it,
Right,
yeah,
right.
but you may enjoy it. It may
You
be,
might.
and you can say, hey, I've done that.
There you go. At least now you can know for certain that it's something you like or not,
Or not.
as opposed to I've never done it. It looks scary. I'm not going to try it.
And to be proud of yourself that you said, okay, I knew I was scared, yet I pushed past that and I said, what the heck? And I went for it. Even if you only do it once, you've done it,
Check.
right?
Check it off the bucket list, right?
Check it
Check.
off.
I
Yeah.
get it. Yeah, no, that's awesome. That is. Okay, cool. Number three of reasons to do things even if you're scared.
Yeah.
How to do it. And this one, I know she borrowed or she has her own spin on it, but I recognize it as something our old friend Wayne Dyer would say, which is
Um,
start with the end, which means start with the end. Be clear about the result you want in the end before you even begin. There are
hmm.
things you don't know until you try them, and the road to achieving your goal might not be what you expect. If you're committed to the end goal, you won't get caught up in the details of how you get there.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. And again, this one definitely applies to business, for example. It's like, okay, I want this thing at the end. I don't know, maybe you want to make a certain amount of money. Maybe you want to influence a certain number of people. Maybe you want to write a book. I don't know.
Right.
That's not important. You have your own thing that's important to you, and that's cool.
Right. Yeah.
But I, but recognizing to me, the important part is recognizing that along the way, it's going to be a bumpy ride and there's going to be setbacks and things are going to change and you're going to learn new stuff. And
Hmm.
in the process of learning that new stuff, you're going to find different ways to do the thing.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's going to the path to get there is going to change, but hopefully you still have that goal out there, that
Right.
ending in mind, that this is where I'm going. And if it takes me a different path to get there, I'm okay with that.
Right. I was just thinking that if you go a different direction or you have a different thought, kind of go with it. If it
Hmm.
works, great. If it doesn't, back up and say, okay, well, let me look at it again and go this way.
Right.
So more so to me, it's like you're taking that step. You're trusting in yourself. You're going to say, let's see what happens. And just know that whatever comes up, it's a learning experience. What have you learned from it? How have you grown? What if you like it, keep doing it. If not, how can you change it?
Exactly. And in the spiritual space, personal development / spiritual space,
Hmm.
I remember doing many a different meditation group or book club or reading or whatever, where people would have exactly that question. It's like, okay, I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going and all that, but I don't know, I don't even know what the steps are along the way. And the teaching that meant the most to me was when I was told, just take the first doggone step,
Yes.
and then the next step will probably, well, not even probably, the next step will reveal itself to you in the process of making the step from 1 to 2. Okay, now the step from 2 to 3 is it's gonna show up somehow.
Yeah. Yeah. Think of it as a baby. A baby doesn't know anything, but you put shoes on the baby and you help them walk. And it's like the look on their face is like, oh my gosh, like I'm terrified. Yet when they get where they, where they walk by themselves, it's like, wow, look at what I did. So think of it that way. It's baby steps.
Baby steps. It always is.
Break it
Yeah.
down to, the smallest so you're not overwhelmed and go, okay, well, if I take this step, let me just see what happens. Then I'll take the next and the next. And before you know it, do you think about walking now? You just walk.
Only when my knees hurt.
You only, but it's the same thing of we
Right.
don't think about what we're doing. We just do it.
Yes.
We get comfortable, and if something doesn't work, we go, okay, well, at least I tried that. Let me try it this way.
Right. Right.
And know
And,
that excuse me, but
no,
know that there's also people out there that can support you on your walking forward.
of
You know,
course.
books, people, podcasts, all this is available to us now. So you've got lots of help. You got lots of support.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's nothing you are doing or trying to do that somebody else hasn't done or tried to do before.
Right.
I mean, unless you're the first man to step on Mars, Elon, thank you, or whatever,
Right.
it's, and I'm not going to say I don't want to be pessimistic, like, oh, there's nothing new under the sun. Well, yeah, there's new ways to do things, new ways to try things for you.
Mhm.
And it's your experience that makes it that new thing. But again,
Right.
most of the time,
Yeah.
99.99999% of the time, somebody else has tried it, done it, written about it, done a podcast about it, done a video about it, whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Now, interesting and perfect that you mentioned the little baby learning to learn, because number 4 in her ideas, we're talking Mel Robbins, by the way, 6 things that,
Right.
scared her when she tried something new. And lessons learned from that. Interesting you mentioned the little baby, because number 4 is expect to mess up.
Yeah.
No matter how well you plan or how many hours you prep, something will go wrong. Visualize the thing that you think could go wrong and then picture yourself moving through it. Don't be afraid of things going wrong. Learn to expect it.
Yeah. And then what have you gained from that experience?
Right.
And how
Right.
can you use that to move you forward?
I think that's there's so many ways that applies, but yes. And if you are, and I know you put your hand up when we mentioned the perfectionism thing, and I put my hand up when I mentioned the overthinking thing.
Hmm?
I feel that expecting to mess up is something that's foreign to me because I'm like, oh no, I've thought of everything. Oh, sure you have, Bill. Right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And Miss Perfectionist over there, she's done everything that can be done to make this work. And yet, somehow, somewhere, something shows up, and you're like, wait a minute, that's totally out of left field, to use the baseball analogy. Where did
Right.
that come from? And
Yeah.
yet, life does that to us
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time. All the time.
Oh,
Just,
yeah.
just learn that, not learn, just recognize, just admit that that's going to happen. that
Yeah.
stuff's going to mess up, and it's okay. It's all part of this learning, growing process.
And sometimes taking a different path than what you planned on going brings all sorts of new opportunities, new experiences, shift of perspective, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's part of life, you know. It's getting out there and going, okay, well, what's today going to bring, and
Right.
just embrace it.
Right. Even the messing up parts.
Yeah, the messing up parts, lots of times the messing up parts is part of sometimes the greatest lessons we can learn from.
I agree. Yeah, no, it really is because it's there's a business guru that I follow who had two little charts, and
Mhm.
he's like, what we expect our business will look like, and it's like, point down in the lower left part of the graph with a straight line with an arrow that points up to the upper right corner where it says success, yay. And then what we think it's going to look like, and then what it's really like is same dot down in the lower right, and it circles and it goes around and it
Oh,
jigjags up down, and but eventually it still gets there,
it's to the top.
still gets to the top, but it's a, as the Beatles used to say, a long and winding road.
Yes, and that's life. Life is a long and winding road. And looking back, sometimes at the moment it's like, oh my God, you know, what's going on? But looking back on it, you go, you know what? That's been one of the greatest experiences I ever had, and it's led me to this, you know.
I just wrote that down. Life is a long and winding road. It
Yeah,
is. I mean,
it really is.
and I'm sure the Beatles had that in mind when they wrote it, but we
Mhm.
are going to repeat it again because it's just,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's important.
Mhm.
It really
Yeah.
is. So there you go. I love that. All right. Number 4 was expect to mess up. Number 5 of lessons learned by doing something that scares you. Fear means you're doing something that matters. Of
Interesting.
that. If
Yeah,
what you're trying didn't matter to you, you wouldn't feel nervous about it. The
right.
most meaningful things you do in life are also usually the scariest. Remember, you don't build confidence by avoiding fear, you build confidence by moving through it, which is
Agree.
every
100%.
sports analogy ever done. Feel the fear and do it anyway,
Yeah,
basically.
absolutely.
But yes, if that's true, because I do notice that even with myself, that it's like if I think of doing something and it's like, okay, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Well, obviously, not obviously, but it is obvious to me now
Mhm.
that it's like, all right, that's not, it's not making a big enough splash in the pond of what matters in life.
Mhm.
If it did, then it would have more gravitas. Ooh, one of
Ooh.
Bill's big words. I know, one of Bill's big words. BBW, Bill's big words, not big, beautiful women. Um, where did that come from? I don't know.
No.
Bill's big words. But no, if it's important or
Yeah.
it matters, if you're
Mhm.
doing something that quote unquote matter. My old boss, when I worked at Apple, Steve Jobs, was famous for saying, we are here to put a dent in the universe.
Yeah.
We're
Oh, yeah.
doing stuff that matters to people. And if you are doing something that matters, even if it's just for yourself,
Right.
even if it's just for yourself,
Mhm.
you're gonna feel nervous about it. And I would throw this out on the table and I would say, especially things exactly like we're talking about on this podcast. If you're looking to grow yourself
Yeah.
into a different version of yourself,
Mhm.
I'm hesitant to say a better version of yourself, but yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of is.
Yeah.
You're looking to do something that matters, even if it's for yourself. That
Mhm.
means there's going to be some fear involved, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I
Oh
know about
yeah, she
that.
says. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Say more about that, Miss Vicki.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Speaking of that, and I know I bring it up often, but it's a very important part of my life is um, having to talk to with my dad about the abuse that I
Mm-hmm.
had. And that was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
Mm.
Yet it was one of the best things I've ever done in my life. It has changed me and it changed him.
See,
And
that's that right there. I mean,
mhm,
even on, and I don't want to minimize it. I said even, it's not a minimum thing. On something as personal
mhm,
and, for lack of a better word, small scale as that, two people, you and
mhm,
your father. It's not like
right.
you're talking to a million people on a podcast, or it's not like you're standing in front of a crowd in a stadium. Two people
Mhm.
that, yes, it was something that mattered,
Oh, very much.
right?
Yeah.
For you and him,
Yes.
it was important. It, by definition, if it matters, quote unquote, that's important. It's important. And so, yeah, there would be, I mean, I wasn't there, but I remember you telling me the story when it happened about how scary that was, how important, how impactful. It's kind of a fancy word to mean important, but yeah, exactly. So, to anybody else, to our friends and listeners, it doesn't, you're not thinking that I mentioned Steve Jobs and putting a dent in the universe. Well, that's good. When you're a multi-billion-dollar company like Apple, you can do that. But when
Yes.
you're Vicki Wagoner talking to her father about the most personal experience of her life,
Yep.
that matters. That's important.
Yeah. And it was to the point of, excuse me, that he said to me, "Thank you for helping me see my life from a different perspective."
Right.
And that's why I'm sorry.
A little
Excuse
choked up, and it's okay. Have a little
No,
water there.
I'm not choked up. It's
Yeah.
just there. Um, that's why my business cards, and I know I've said this before, change your perspective, change your life.
Mm-hmm.
And it changed his life. It changed my life. It has changed the life of my relationship with Rick, with my kids, that's why I got into, supporting and challenging other people to look at it from that different perspective,
Right.
which I love and I'm so passionate about. Being able to take my life story and inspire somebody else.
Yes. Yes. And
That's a big
and
thing for me.
we'll finish with that, but I will throw out right now that yes, the things that you, and I mean all of our friends and listeners, the things that you are doing
Mhm.
matter. It's
Yes.
important.
It is
So,
important, and I'm very passionate about it,
right.
and I will push and prod to get people to look at the truth of it and talk about it and see it from, again, that different perspective because it changes their life, but it changes others in their life that it changes their perspective. So
Right.
inspiring other people because you had the courage and the strength to look at it, to shift it.
Last but not least, number 6 on the things that you can do, even if you're afraid or scared of them. And it is what we've exactly been talking about. Do it because you think you can't.
Yes, that's another one. Yeah, challenge yourself to go, okay, let me, just put my toe in the water. Let's see, and then before you know it, you're swimming.
If you if you only did what you are sure you could do, you will never find out what you're actually capable of. The gap
Yeah.
between who you are and who you want to be is bridged by doing the thing that you think you can't do. So stop waiting to feel ready and start taking action anyway.
Just jump off the high dive.
I totally related, but a weird angle on it. And I remember when my brother announced that he and his wife were pregnant. I think you have to say the two of them are pregnant nowadays. I think that's the politically correct way to do it.
Oh,
Anyway,
geez.
when my brother announced that his wife was pregnant and he was expecting his first child, yours truly, brother Bill, older, wiser, smarter brother Bill said, "Are you ready for that?" And my brother, to his infinite credit, said, and I quote, "If you wait until you're ready, you'll never do it."
There you go.
There you go.
That's
Thank you,
that's the
Chris. We're thinking
frosting on the
about you
cake.
today. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey off on the other side, we're thinking about you. So
Yeah.
if you wait until you are, which is exactly what she said, but interesting that I've found a personal connection to that with
Yes.
something as personal, as intimate, for lack of a better word, as having a baby.
Having a
Weird, but
baby.
true.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
gap between who you are and who you want to be is bridged by doing the thing you think you can't do. If you're
Yes.
telling yourself something you can't do right now, Find somebody who will find a friend who will gently, maybe not so gently, remind you that even though it's something you think you can't do it, it's something you still want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hope you do. That's, if we go back to the beginning of her list, it's like, starting with that end in mind. I'm thinking that this is the thing that I want. Okay, how do I get there from here?
Right. Yeah.
So, oh, I'm afraid. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I don't think I can do it. Well, you said you wanted it.
Yeah. And the best thing is get someone that's going to support you, encourage you, you know, push you off the diving board. Oh, wait, that's me.
That's you. Oh, wait, that's you. But you may have a friend. You may want to seek professional
Yeah.
help on that. You may whatever. It doesn't matter. But you probably are going to need some encouragement and support
Yes.
along the way.
Support. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the rare individual that can do that for themselves,
Yeah. Hmm.
because for lack of a better term, we're stuck in that comfort zone,
Yeah.
sort of, kind of. I mean, again, there are a few people out there who recognize what they're doing and think, nope, I got to make a change. And then they go and do it all
They
by
do it.
themselves.
Yeah.
Wow. More
A
power to you.
lot of, yeah, a lot of people are stuck in their uncomfortable comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so afraid to say, well, let me step up, outside. So that's when it's important, like either, you have a good friend that you can rely on, reading books, going maybe to a therapist, maybe, going to church, whatever it's your comfort zone, to
Right.
give you that support, to know that, somebody's got your back, you know,
Exactly.
and, if need to, they'll hold your hand. But don't depend on them. If you need to hold their hand for a few minutes, do that. Yet it's what you believe in yourself, how much you love and respect yourself. You're the one that has to make that change.
Yes. Yes. In the end, it's still up to you to do the thing that makes the change that you want for yourself. And I know I've been guilty of that myself, that it's like, oh, I'm doing this with a group or with friends or whatever. And it never matured to the point of, okay, now I'm doing this thing for myself. I'm taking this step or whatever. I've seen those experiences in my past where it's like, yeah, okay, that's
Yeah.
good start. Didn't finish.
Well, you're recognizing it, you're honoring it for what it is. Step back from it. If there's something you still want to work on, go, okay, you know what? I put it aside. Let me pick it up again. I'm
Right.
stronger. I've been through a lot of experiences, I've been growing. So try it again.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it helps. No, it doesn't help. I'm going to say mandatory. You can do it whatever you want. Get your little post-it note. I'm holding up my post-it notes. Get your little
Yeah.
post-it note. Put it
Yeah.
around the house, around the
Yes.
apartment, around your car, around your whatever. Put up several of them of reminders of that thing that
Hmm.
you are moving towards, the thing that
Yes.
the goal, for lack of a
Yes.
better term.
Yeah.
And go
Yeah.
ahead.
I was going to say, we're on our cell phones all the time. Put a message on your cell phone. So the first thing you see is your message. Even if you're thinking of something else, your subconscious is still focusing on what is there.
You
It's
bet.
always working for you.
You bet.
So
Ooh,
get,
that could be a good Bill's iPhone tips video. How to make yourself like a wallpaper
yes.
that has your goal on it. So every time you look at your phone, that little message is there for you.
Yes.
I
And
know.
see how it ties in. Look what, so we're supporting each other. But
Awesome.
that's it. Even though, you're in, in a hurry to get that phone number. Well, your subconscious is already focused on that
Sure.
before you even open up your phone.
Sure.
It's
Sure.
a
Sure.
wonderful thing to do. And so you're welcome for my idea.
Okay. All righty. I'm sure I'll be sure to give credit to Vicki Wagner on the next Bill's iPhone tips video about putting something on your phone to make you to not to make to encourage you to remember the goals that you have
Sure.
for yourself in whatever change that might be. We made it to the end of the show again, Vicki Wagner. I'm so impressed.
No,
It's amazing
I
how
love
we
that.
always end up here going, how the heck do we get here? I don't
I
know. I
know.
don't remember, but it was a long and winding road. Call
Yes.
back to the beginning of the show. If someone would like some help, perhaps in doing exactly what we have talked about in creating that better life for themselves and finding a little support from someone like, oh, I don't know, you,
Thank you.
how would they get in touch with you?
They can call or text 239-248-0586 or email Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner, 53 at gmail.com.
And as we've been talking about for the past 5 minutes, if you go to YouTube and look up Bill's iPhone tips, you will find all kinds of cool information about making your phone or computer or whatever it is, your gadget, work better for you in life than not. So we'll work on that. All right. I'm serious. I am going to do that whatchamacallit, that reminder. What do you call affirmation, if you want to call it the good spiritual term for your phone. And I might even have a couple of those. Maybe I'll send you one or something like that.
Yeah, so, send me one.
Yeah, I know you and I both, we have like wallpapers of like pictures we've taken, and you have the kids and the dogs and all that, and I have, the forest and all that. So it's all good though. You can change that around. So anyway, that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, if you're interested in anything we've spoken about, finding more information, go to wherever you get this podcast, whether it's Apple or Spotify or YouTube Music or wherever you get it. The description will have the links to all the stuff we've talked about, including this post from our friend Mel Robbins, but also importantly, how to get in touch with Vicki or myself. And you can do that at any of those podcast outlets.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you again next week for the next step along the practical path. I'm Bill Sklodowski.
I'm Vicki Wagoner, and thank you again for joining us. And remember to always be your own best friend.